Down as we go to the tail of the tape. McCallum at 37, spotting Yonker 7 years. The height almost even, same story for the weight, but a 5-inch reach advantage for McCallum. And the WBC rules for this light heavyweight bout scheduled for 12. The fight with the rules as if it were a championship bout. 10-point must system, 3 judges scoring the fight, no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop it, and a fighter cannot be saved by the bell except in the final round. So coming up here at the MGM Grand Garden in Las Vegas, Randall Yonker versus Mike McCallum. Set for the introductions. Let's go up to our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and we welcome you to the world's largest hotel, casino, and theme park, the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada. We have a tremendous night of action coming away, and it's all brought to you by Don King Productions and the MGM Grand, along with Corona Beer. At this time, we present one of our featured attractions of the evening, a WBC light heavyweight special attraction that is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Introducing to you the judges at ringside appointed for this bout: Alfred Asaro, Dumby Shirley, and Tamatsu Tomihara. Presenting the referee in charge to give instructions after the introductions, Joe Cortez. All right, fans, here we go. Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the blue corner. He is wearing red trunks with white lettering, coming from Brooklyn, New York, by way of Kingston, Jamaica. His weight, 175 pounds, and his record, 45 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, with 34 wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing the 3-time world champion and current WBC #2 ranked light heavyweight in the world. Please welcome the body snatcher, Mike McCallum. And his opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the red corner. He enters the ring wearing black trunks and fighting out of Mobile, Alabama. He weighed in at a ready 174 pounds, and his record, 29 wins, 2 losses, with 23 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the WBC #1 ranked light heavyweight contender, known as Kid Galahad, introducing Randall Yonker. Once again, here's your referee in charge, Joe Cortez, now to give instructions.
All right, Randall. All right, Mike. All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want a good, clean fight. Shake hands. Good luck to both of you.
Randall Yonker, who says with all the confusion over his opponent, I got scared. I thought I was fighting Tanya Harding instead of Jeff Harding. Good sense of humor. Mike McCallum says he plans to win this for the older generation. Always an engaging and personable guy. Here we go. Round 1 scheduled for 12. McCallum, the supposed 37-year-old, gets a genuine kick out of his elder statesman status. Sort of the Jack Benny of boxing, I guess you could call him, because where it is, he is actually closer to 40, if not beyond 40.
Well, I'll tell you what, if he's going to win this title for some of the elder statesmen, I got a funny feeling I applied.
You're only 32.
Well, Mike has got a little bit of a spare tire there, Bobby. He's not in that real razor-sharp shape that he likes to be in. So you can see that he took this on a moment's notice. Yes, he was training, but maybe not for this level opposition.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ferdy. I think that they told me he was training for a bout on the undercard here tonight, but that they were expecting an easier fight, something to tune him up toward a march to a title fight, and certainly the conditioning factor, big difference.
Yonker told us he thinks McCallum is better technically, but not condition-wise. There's a right hand by Mike McCallum. McCallum, even though he's advancing in years, says he's still the man. Tonight wants to be his 3rd world title shot, but the interim tag has been taken away, so it's just a regular light heavyweight bout. McCallum, of course, won titles earlier in his career at 154 and 160. He weighs 175 tonight. Left hand by McCallum.
Yonker said he wanted to apply some pressure early and test McCallum, make him use a lot of energy because of his age, but he's not really forcing the fight right now. Mike McCallum's taking control, setting the pace, and this is Mike McCallum's type of fight.
Yeah, if he doesn't do anything better than this, he's in all kind of trouble because he's letting McCallum punch, and he's getting through it, and those punches hurt when Mike McCallum throws them. Yonker on his side is not doing it. He's not pressuring him. The opposite of what he said he was going to do.
McCallum's always been a great ring technician and a good thinker, and the only way for Yonker to do it is to get him out of that, not give him that time to set, think, and work what he wants. And right now, Yonker's not doing what he said he was going to do.
Loves to go to the body relentlessly, thus the nickname Body Snatcher, and you saw an example of it right there. Joe Cortez cautioning Randall Yonker not to hold the head down.
Well, that was one of those days where he got two resounding shots, one to the body, one to the head, and he got warned for holding one to the head. Nothing was going his way tonight.
Eddie Futch, McCallum's octogenarian trainer, says Mike's legs are still good. He still has all the skills. He's still a young man physically, and he's providing an illustration here against the younger Yonker.
I can't understand Yonker's strategy other than maybe he's trying to get Mike to punch himself out a little bit early and hope that that age will really kick in somewhere soon, but he's taking a lot of punishment.
Yonker says, "You're not hurting me."
Those shots hurt. When Mike McCallum punches to the body, they hurt.
A good countering left hook by Yonker.
I'll tell you what, he didn't follow it up. Don't let Mike come right back. He's got to follow it up when he gets Mike backing up.
And McCallum with a ferocious attack to the body of Yonker.
A bit of ice on Yonker, I think. A bit of frozenness. Let's go to the red corner and listen to them.
Got to keep ball down. Come from the body. Here, hit it one. Fuck that man. Go fight that man. Go fight that man. Fuck that man. Don't get no. They got to cut that shit up. Go fight that motherfucker. Go fight him. Go in there and stand there.
Here's this body snatching they talk about, and nobody in boxing has ever been better nicknamed than McCallum. He knows how to go to that body. There it is. There's that shot to the side, and that'll be thumping in there all night, and that will take the legs away from young Randall Yonker unless he changes his mind. In the corner there you have heard him, the former champion Greg Page saying, "The heck with that, go in there and fight him."
He used a little stronger words, but here you see again, McCallum's getting to tear him up. He's measuring him, he's digging, and this is not Yonker's fight.
This is somewhat like the fight we saw last week in London, where Wharton came out and was frozen for the first couple and let Ben have his way before he ever gets started.
So it's round 2 scheduled for 12. Mike McCallum pretty much having his way in that first round. Fighting pro since 1981. A late fill-in, but a 9-1 favorite. Not uncommon in the fight game. Was on the card originally, but not to fight Yonker.
Well, Yonker told me yesterday when we interviewed him, he said a lot of people have compared him to me and the way he fights, and I'd like him to do a little more offensively if he wants to keep that comparison intact.
Well, I don't see anything to compare you to. From what I see, I don't see any comparisons.
I'll take that as a compliment, Freddie.
It is a compliment, but it's a realistic one.
Nice body shot.
Bobby, if he does that 2 or 3 times, he's going to get his head taken off. It was a nice body shot, but he reached with it, and he let it hang.
You know, I may be out of line, but Yonker's looking a little bit tired, and he's just loading up on one big shot. Maybe some of those body shots took a little more steam out of him in the first round than he anticipated it could.
Well, certainly, it's a mistake to sit in the corner and let McCallum tee off with his old legs. That's what he wants. He doesn't want to dance all over the place. He wants you to sit still and let him hit you. He'll hit you all night long.
McCallum with that shotgun jab. Uppercut answered by Randall Yonker, but it's one and done for Yonker.
You see how casually he puts in that jab to the midsection? Not many people can jab to the midsection that casually and still be effective. And he just does it like he's, oh, here's nothing, bop, and there it is right in the stomach.
What Yonker's doing, too, is letting McCallum maximize his efficiency with that reach advantage. He's not cutting off, cutting in, stepping to the side, working around any of it, or coming up through the middle. He's just letting himself be tagged with that jab time and time again.
How often we see guys stand right in front of him and not give angles and not let. Here he's standing in front of one of the most dangerous body punches in boxing, and he's letting him punch there.
The experienced Mike McCallum, only losses to Simbu Colombe in '88, James Toney in '92. He struggled to keep his weight down recently, so he's happy to be at light heavyweight now, 175. working the jab, looking to set up the right, and there it is, McCallum.
And you know, if Yonker's going to press Mike and test his age, and we all know that Mike is somewhere between 37 and 137, because sometimes people tell me they know when he's young. He's 42, he's 43, he's 41, and it doesn't matter. He's fighting like a young pro, and he's doing the job. And Yonker's not pressing him and pushing him and test that age.
Well, that's what Eddie Futz says. He says he still has the legs. He's still a young man physically. He does show a little pudge around the stomach, though. Final seconds of round 2.
There's no pudge in the punches of Mike McCallum. They're crisp, they're right on the money, and he's doing what he wants to do.
Championship fight coming up here at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. It'll be the WBC Middleweight Championship featuring this young man, Gerald McClellan, who's fighting out of Detroit, originally from Freeport, Illinois, a member of the famous Kronk team of Emmanuel Stewart. He'll be taking on Gilbert Baptist. That's coming up later on this edition of Showtime Championship Boxing. So here at the house that Barbara Streisand built, the highly publicized New Year's concert. Here's McCallum.
You know, you put him right in the corner, then you let him walk right out of the corner.
Right.
Okay?
Keep that pressure on him.
All right. Come on, let him go now.
Don't let him relax. Don't let him relax.
Some more.
And it is round number 3. A lot of experience in that McCallum corner.
And let me tell you, the venerable Eddie Futz, one of the most respected men in boxing, and certainly one of the classiest through all of the time. As a young man, he was classy. As an old man, he's super classy.
And you'll notice the drastic contrast to the corners, much like my corner with Tommy Parks. Very calm, quiet, specifically controlled. The other corner, one guy's yelling one thing, the other guy's saying, don't worry about that.
Well, Greg Page, the heavyweight in the corner of Randall Yonker, very vocal and animated.
That's because he's never worked corners, and that's it doesn't help you to have an ex-fighter or a fighter in the corner if he doesn't train and doesn't know how to train. A fighter. I think the word that describes the difference between those two corners is professional. Eddie is a professional and commands respect in the corner.
Randall Yonker taking some punishment here. Good combination by McCallum. Joe Cortez.
He's hitting you low. All right, keep the punches up and don't be on the neck.
Again, cautioning Randall Yonker.
Joe Cortez doing a good job. He doesn't have much of a job to do here. It's all Yonker holding the head or trying to hit a little bit low. Cortez doing a good job. He's staying out of the way and letting him fight.
He's an old pro. Many championship fights. Now Yonker coming alive.
An awful lot of low blows here. They just exchanged low blows. Cortez didn't say anything to either one. They sort of evened up.
Randall Yonker was stopped on the 10th by Michael Nunn. Yonker tells us he went to school against Nunn, had to deal with the speed of Nunn, so he says, I'm ready for anything. Really nifty jab there by McCallum. Then he goes to the body with the right.
And then he ducks under a punch. I mean, how much better can you be than that? He didn't duck under that one. Yonker's hit the top of his head with a good hook.
Yonker told us the next fight after he lost to Nunn, he avenged a loss to Paul Moyotti, so he said he didn't lose any confidence. He is a confident young man. Good short left hand there by Randall Yonker. Maybe starting to get a little unfrozen now.
Yeah, he is. He is starting. Now, there's the first good combinations by Randall Yonker. First good, solid combinations.
And Yonker continues to impress here in round 3.
He's got to get mad. He's got to get into this fight. He gave him too much respect. Those first 2 rounds blew him. Oh, nice right hand by McCallum.
Nice right hand by McCallum. He followed it up with a vicious right hand. Now an uppercut by McCallum.
Give me a clean round. Clean round, guys.
Give me a clean round, says Joe Cortez. Oh, good thumping left hook by Randall Yonker.
And a thumping hook back by Mike McCallum.
Clean round, guys. Clean round. Come on, give me a clean round.
The guys are giving us a very good round here. Both fighters giving it their all this round.
Final seconds, round 3. Terrific exchanges here in the 3rd.
Keep backing him up. Don't let him come to you.
Yeah.
When he comes to you, he gets shots off. Come on, yeah. You're watching good. You're watching good. Keep baiting that jab, sticking that jab, backing him up, keep taking up the slack.
Let's watch Yonker when he finally gets unfrozen here and he starts to punch. Look at this combination he's putting together. Those are hard punches. They're well directed and they landed well. He did that several times in that round. He almost pulled that round out. But McCallum comes back. Look at this workman-like right hand right above it. Another one right above it. That was high on the forehead. Had that landed right, it might have had another effect. You can't say enough about the way McCallum is fighting. And right now, Randall Yonker is coming back to make a fight of this. That was almost an even round.
Round 4, light heavyweight scheduled for 12. Originally, Yonker was to face Australian Jeff Harding for the light heavyweight championship, but Harding had to drop out because of a cut over the eye during training. So now Yonker has to answer the 37-year-old veteran, Mike McCallum, former 2-time world champion.
Can you imagine Mike McCallum as a substitute for Harding? I mean, I'd rather have Harding and fight for the title. And here instead, you got a really tough old pro, hard to beat, and nothing at stake.
Yeah, Yonker said, I trained for a tough, durable fight for Jeff Harding. So he says, I'm ready for Mike McCallum as a result. The counter, left hook there by Randall Yonker.
Randall starting to use his speed. As a younger man, he should have better reflexes and faster speed. He just showed it then with a hook. But basically what Eddie Futch said is right. As long as you got him going back, he's not punching him. He starts coming forward, he gets brave on you. So it's back to you first.
It was mostly, if not all, McCallum over the first two. Then Yonker answered back in the third. Terrific third round. And now quite even here in the fourth. Almost a low blow, but Yonker right on the waistband.
And you can see exactly Eddie Futch's wisdom. He said, as long as you're punching and coming forward, Randall is not punching. He's covering up. You just saw a perfect example of that for about 30 seconds. Now here is a warning. 30 points will be taken away, he said. Joe Cortez, if you keep on holding and if you keep on hitting low, we will take points away.
That was a low blow inflicted by McCallum.
I think both men are hitting low because they're punching to the body, Steve.
Both have been guilty of that penalty, and now Joe Cortez is beginning to lose patience. Nice maneuver there by Yonker to elude Mike McCallum.
Look at these stretches of time where Yonker doesn't throw anything because McCallum is throwing something. Exactly what Eddie Futch said. That's wisdom in the corner.
Over 100 years of experience just between the two.
And they got Edgman Lewis, who was an excellent fighter and has been an excellent cornerman for many years now. So they got a lot of wisdom and calmness.
Blood from the left nostril of Randall Yonker. Again, McCallum lining Yonker up, looking for the body.
He's calm, though. He's not rushing in there. He wants to get that body. And he wants to go to the head if he can.
Yeah, just for good measure. Nice uppercut by McCallum.
Oh, nice low blow by Randall.
Under 10 seconds. Round 4.
Big points for Mike McCallum.
So round 4 is in the books here at the MGM Grand. Let's go over to Bobby Chess standing by. Bobby.
Thank you, Steve. We're here with Rick Rufus, the undisputed light heavyweight kickboxing champion, and different type of fight here tonight. You're not, no one's using their feet. What brings you a fight like this?
Well, I'm here to talk about the biggest fight in the sports history of kickboxing, PKA Karate Mania, March 26th, live pay-per-view.
Well, that's a no. We know that's on Showtime on March 26th, Showtime Event Television. I stand corrected. And Jean-Yves Theriault, a formidable opponent. What can we expect from you there?
Well, I want the kickboxing world and all the fight fans to know that it's my time. It's in with the Jet Age, out with the Ice Age. It's time for the Iceman to be dethroned. It's time for the ice to melt, and I'm the man to do it.
What about regular boxing? I know my dad did some kickboxing, karate, but I chose to do this. I was more comfortable without kicking. What made you lean toward kickboxing?
Well, 4 limbs are better than 2. I always got a big thrill of being able to get up and kick a guy in the head with a full force kick.
All right, thank you very much, Rick. We'll go back to ringside and Steve Albert and Freddie Pacheco.
All right, thanks very much, Bobby, as we enter round 5, scheduled for 12. Randall Yonker. Oh, what a left reply by McCallum. And McCallum all over Yonker. spin out of trouble.
Yonker must have been given heck in the corner because he came out fighting, and he had to, because they've got to tell him exactly what Eddie Futch said in the other corner. You have got to be first, or this guy's going to eat you up, because McCallum has no mercy. He will come right after you. Big points at the end of that round when he cornered Randall Yonker and pummeled him in the corner.
Mike McCallum, 45-2-1 with 34 knockouts. Randall Yonker, 29-2 with 23 knockouts. Yonker out of Mobile, Alabama. McCallum, Brooklyn, Kingston, Jamaica. He's been all over.
McCallum is wearing out. Well, I'm sorry, McCallum is wearing out Randall Yonker.
Well, I'll tell you, age is being tested here, but it's the young age is being tested. I'm happy to be back with you, fellas.
You get kicked?
No, I didn't get kicked, but I missed what I understand were two very exciting rounds. And, well, I tell you, from back where I was, I could hear the crowd going crazy. And by the looks of your scorecard, it's been all McCallum.
Yeah, it has been all McCallum. And look at it. Oh,
Almost down goes Yonker. I don't know what held him up. I don't know how he stayed up.
He's staying up on just heart right now because he is in big trouble. I think he got his nose broken.
Tremendous fortitude by Randall Yonker, who buckled over, was ready to take the plunge, and hung in there.
It was a vicious left uppercut, and there's no quitting Yonker. He is still swinging and trying.
Mike McCallum trying to finish Yonker off here in round 5. Less than a minute to go. Amazing courage by Yonker. He won't go down. Oh, is he stunned?
It was the body. He got his body snatched.
that was the body snatcher punch. One punch put him down like that.
How you feel? Get in that corner. Get in that corner. How you feel? You want to continue? Come over here. Get in that corner. Get in that corner. Get in that corner. You want to continue? Yeah.
Joe Cortez giving it a lot of time. He must be very kind to Randall Yonker, who is right on the verge of going.
Can Yonker survive this 5th round? What an accumulation of punches. Yonker came back with a left. Back comes McCallum. Back comes Yonker. And now Yonker in trouble again. And Joe Cortez has to throw him away. And he stops the fight. It's all over. Mike McCallum with an awesome display here in the 5th round.
Well stopped. He had no business letting that continue, and he is, well, even now he's stumbling forth. Randall Yonker, the punishment, Bobby, was severe on the ropes.
Well, you know, he's just a masterful fighter. He's just a superior talent. He has the age and experience in his corner, and the age here didn't hurt him, not a bit.
But you know what hurt? Experience hurt. His experience was so superior to Yonker, he just didn't know how to handle all that was coming at him.
Randall Yonker showed me a great heart, and he showed me a Bobby Ches-like chin. But I'll tell you, I expected a little more from him. He was talking a very good game in the dressing room, and also yesterday during the interviews. I really expected more out of him, a little more pressure, a little more movement, a better jab. And I was a little disappointed in him. I'm sure he is, but he took an awful lot of punishment.
Hey, Bobby, he was in there with a Rolls Royce. That man is the quality of boxing, has been for years, Mike McCallum. I mean, and he's got a quality corner. It just shows when all those pros get together, it's hard to beat a guy like Mike McCallum, even old and even a little heavy as he is now.
You don't become a 3-time world champion because you're average.
You got it.
McCallum with the barrage putting this man away. Yonker's nose was bloodied at 1:15 of the 5th. He was stunned at 1:35. He went down at 2:13, and it was stopped at 2:55 unofficially here in round number 5. We'll get the official word from Jimmy Lennon Jr. momentarily, but what a ferocious attack by the body snatcher, Mr. Mike McCallum. Hugs all around in McCallum's corner.
I told you not to ride down.
His first fight of 1994 with Eddie Futt. Don't punch him too hard, Mike. A big hug for Joe Cortez. Let's get the official announcement right now from Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 2 minutes, 55 seconds in round number 5. The referee in charge, Joe Cortez, stops the contest. Winner by way of technical knockout, the body snatcher, Mike McCallum.
Bobby, let's take a look at where McCallum got Yonker in trouble at the beginning of the round.
Well, it's the beginning of the round, and Yonker, again, to his credit, is trying, but it's just there's a big left hook counter. There's too much skill, too much artillery in McCallum's arsenal. He backs him up to the ropes, and he hits him with a left uppercut. It's coming up shortly, and it just really stuns it, and it starts to become the beginning of the end. We didn't get it on that shot. There was a shot where he pushed it in. As it's a little later on in the round, and certainly in the same combination, right on the nose, that's where a lot of the blood came from. That's what shocked him so badly, almost brought him to his knees. And even though, again, he's still trying to whip that left hook in, but Yonker just doesn't have the tools. And the knockdown, the mark of a great professional and a great champion. He's got him hurt to the head. He doesn't forget the body. He slips that left hook under, bang! And there goes all the air in his body, and that is a very debilitating and terrible feeling, I can tell you from experience.
Thousands of fans here at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas just astounded, amazed that Yonker did not fold to the canvas with that first shot by Mike McCallum. Incredibly, he stayed up, but a TKO, 255 of round number 5. Coming up next here at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, our main event, the WBC Middleweight Championship. Knockout artist Gerald McClellan defending his title against veteran Gilbert Baptist. There's your fight ticket for the fight coming up later. Right now, though, we are set for post-fight interviews from our last bout, so let's go up to the fight doctor, Ferdy Pacheco. Ferdy?
All right, the body snatcher they called you. That first knockdown was pure body.
I'm back, baby. I want him to know that.
Were you gone someplace?
It's a new body snatcher. They haven't seen me for a while. Ironically, after the Tony fight, they think that Mike is over. They said I'm 50. I'm always Mr. Fudge, the genius over here. But it's all right. We're still kicking it, boss.
All right. In the corner, we heard you, and we gave you full credit. You got to get to this guy. You can't let him come forward. He did exactly what you told him. Now, isn't that the essence of championship fighting?
That is. He always has been the one who would follow instructions. And tonight he did it with finesse.
Did you expect that fine a performance? After all, as he said, he's been away. He looked like a little bit heavy, and God knows how old he is. Yet he fought like a young man, and he fought with perfect in following your instructions. Were you surprised?
No, I wasn't surprised because he's been doing it in the gym daily.
Yeah.
He's been doing it.
You have your ups and downs, and you're always coming back to the championship. You think you're back for another championship, Mike?
Oh yeah, I'm back for a long time. I tell him before that this is my dream, to be 3-time champion. And the broad or whatever go along with that. And tonight,
let's take a look. Let's take a look, if we can, in our monitor here at this awesome display of punching power. You see that uppercut there?
With a beautiful uppercut. We worked on that in the gym a lot. See, most guys, when you go to the head, they look to the head, they always come down. See, you always go with the uppercut, and then you go back to the body.
And this is the end of the fight, which I think was well stopped.
Oh yeah, he was crying for Mr. Artist to stop the fight because when I hit him the first body shot, he started crying. Oh! Oh! So I said, well, I know the end is soon come. In Jamaica, we say, end soon come.
The end soon come.
End soon come.
All right, well, you had a very nice night, and always nice to see you, Eddie Futch, and Hedgeman,
before you go,
and Hedgeman Lewis. Let me acknowledge
say hello to my friends in New York.
All right.
And of course, my home people, Jamaica, Michael Manley.
Okay.
And all the people in Jamaica.
And you know,
Mike McCallum is back, 3-time champ.
I got to give you a body shot and get out of here. It's back to Steve.
All right.
All right, Ferdy, and the end soon came for Randall Yonker, courtesy of the body snatcher, Mike McCallum. So here at the MGM Grand Garden in Las Vegas, I'm with 2-time world champion Bobby Chez. And Bobby, little bonus here. Let's take a look at the end of the fight once again. Round number 5, Mike McCallum in the red trunks, Randall Yonker in the black trunks. The onslaught begins.
Well, you know, after the first 4 rounds, McCallum had established what he wanted to, and Yonker came out trying to wing in some punches, but the experience of McCallum was just too much. You watch it again, he's got him on the ropes, and as Mike just said, when he gets his back on the ropes, he doesn't just throw hooks. He rips some uppercuts inside, excuse me, and it's that one uppercut that does just about everything to start the beginning of the entire end for Yonker.
Was it that much of a difference in preparation for Jeff Harding as opposed to this man, Mike McCallum, for Randall Yonker?
As far as experience and strategy-wise, I think absolutely. I think Randall Yonker trains for Harding. He trains for a different fight. He trains for a fight that McCallum can only give you more trouble than a Jeff Harding. Jeff Harding could not give Randall Yonker the same looks, the same experience, the same body snatching power. Something that Harding does do. He's younger. He has a tremendous amount of endurance. And he gives a great pace, but that's a different training technique. You train differently for that type of fight.
And indeed, he may have felt as if he were fighting Tanya Harding right here.
I'll tell you what, Tanya Harding and company would have needed a couple of extra clubs to beat Mike McCallum.
Well, this was certainly no club fight here at the MGM as two-time world champion Mike McCallum poured it on against Randall Yonker here in round number 5, looking to end it. Oh, there's the area we thought Yonker was going down, but the ropes helped him a little bit, but his heart helped him a lot.
He was practically lifted off the ground. Mike used great leverage, bent with his knees, leaned over, and drilled that up. And he caught Yonker face down, lifted him practically. I think he may have broken his nose because the blood really started to pour then. And like I said, I think that was the beginning of the end. And as a mark of a good champion, you'll see in a little while, he digs one to the body, which basically says, okay, that's all there's left in this body. It's over for Yonker.
Randall Yonker taking much punishment here. Look at Joe Cortez very close to the action.
See, that was a deceptive punch, too. It was a big right uppercut to the solar plexus. And he buckled over, and now that is like the coup de grace. That's an execution right there.
He was rocked right to the stomach. You could see the expression, to the face of Randall Yonker.
We always have a saying in the gym, when you get hit with a good, perfectly placed body shot, all the air immediately leaves your body at once, and so does the strength. It is very debilitating. You feel like a man on an island with no ships around.
Yes. Well, Mike McCallum continues to snatch the body of Randall Yonker, trying his best at fighting back here, really showing a lot of guts, but just not enough from McCallum.
See, he was just so accurate, too, Steve. All the shots landed, and they found their mark. And that you can't absorb that type of punishment, no matter how old the fighter is, and still expect to win.
Well, there was at 2:55 of round number 5, the 37-year-old Mike McCallum. We think he's 37. He may be closer to 40, but who cares? The way he fights, what's the difference?
If I fought that good and I told everybody I was 59, what would I care?
Right.